Next, I'm going to talk to legal analyst Sunny Hostin about the Arizona immigration bill that is prompting protests, outrage, reports. First, though, a random moment in 90 seconds.
This is Arizona immigration showdown. It's amazing what's going on right now. It's did I say it's about 50 people are sleeping with sleeping bags. They just brought covers. They're just sleeping right in front of the Capitol.
Immigration demonstrations set to resume minutes from now in Arizona. Protesters have been gathering at the state capitol to oppose what could become the strictest immigration bill in the country. The governor has until 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon to sign or veto the bill. If she does nothing, the bill would become law, making it a state crime to be in the U.S. illegally and requiring police to check people for documentation with or without provocation. CNN photojournalist Gabe Ramirez followed a group of student activists on a bus ride from Los Angeles to Phoenix.
What we're doing today is going to support and be in solidarity with the protests that are continuously going on at the Capitol building of Arizona. My name is Camilo Quiroz. I'm a student at New York University, where I grew up in East Los Angeles. I know that the consequences of this bill can reach California. I'd like to have the freedom, citizen or not a citizen, to travel through any state without fear of being judged based on my appearance.
The first thing I want to say is thank you, all of you, for getting up so early in the morning and making this trip. We're going in order to stand with all the people in Arizona, especially the immigrant community, especially people of color. My country, I'm gonna let it shine.
Personally, I just have a feeling that not doing anything is the same as supporting something, even if you're against it. Because it's easy to say, like, I'm against this bill, but if you don't do anything to stop it, you're going along with it, you're allowing it to happen. That's why we're all here. We have that hope that people can change and will change. Really, we have a lot more in common than we have differences. I mean, we live in similar communities, we have similar values. We want to grow, we want to have our children educated, we want to be educated ourselves, we want to have good jobs. And we have a lot in common with these people, and I wish they could see that, and I wish they could see beyond their initial anger and hatred. If you're worried about having your rights and having your rights taken away from you in any scope, you should be worried about this. This is the first step, and we're going to stop that. We're going to stop it before it happens.
Okay, President Obama is now weighing in on this controversial immigration bill. He questions the legality of it, but he also blames the federal government for failing to clamp down on illegal immigration.
I've instructed members of my administration to closely monitor the situation and examine the civil rights and other implications of this legislation. But if we continue to fail to act at a federal level, we will continue to see misguided efforts opening up around the country.
In Session contributor Sunny Hostin is here to help us understand the legal implications of this. Sunny, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Why did you say last night on AC 360, yeah, I was watching, that this law embarrasses me? Why did you say that?
Well, it does embarrass me, Tony. It embarrasses me as an American, it embarrasses me as a Latino American, and it embarrasses me as a lawyer, someone who has always believed in the law. I'm a former federal prosecutor, as our viewers know, and as you know, and I've always believed in the law. My parents instilled that in me, and when I hear that a law is being passed whose sort of intellectual predicate is based on fear, it's based on hate, it embarrasses me because it bastardizes our law.
Fear and hate. 70% of Arizonans back this legislation. And partly because they see this as a real crime issue.
Yeah, and I think those that back the law don't really even understand it. And again, it's a knee-jerk reaction based on hate, based on fear. I mean, the real province of immigration reform is the federal government. And so if you want to protect American citizens from illegal immigrants coming in, then target businesses that hire illegal aliens, illegal immigrants, target the border areas, but you don't pass a law that will terrorize American citizens just based on the way that you look, because this is really legalized racial profiling.
All right, so wait a minute, Sonny. You know you're running the risk here of coming off as elitist, smart attorney. You know, come on. You're suggesting that a lot of the people who support this don't understand it. Maybe they're really saying, you know, the federal government has dropped the ball on this. And maybe we don't mind a little legalized racial problem. What's the problem with that?
Well, you know, and I understand that, and I don't mean to come off as sort of an elitist lawyer, but when you really look at the body of this law, giving the police the authority to stop someone and even perhaps frisk them based on the way that they appear, if you really understand that, I can't imagine that in these United States, Tony, that an everyday American citizen would support that.
Okay, I want to circle back because you really messed me up last hour. We were playing the Supreme Court nominee name game, and your wild card pick, Joe, throw the picture up here, Ann Claire Williams, a federal appeals court judge, right? Seventh Circuit of the U.S. Court of Appeals. Sunny Hostin, she's a black woman.
Yes.
You know the president just appointed a wise Latina to the court. Have you been paying attention to what's going on? This president cannot, after appointing Sonia Sotomayor, come back and appoint a black woman to this court. Have you been paying attention to what's going on?
I've been paying attention. I think that this president can do it. I think he will do it. I think that he is about our country and the diverse nation that we are. And what better way to support that very truth than to appoint a woman who is not only African American, but is supremely qualified to be a Supreme Court justice who went to the best law school in the world.
And you're an alum,
there
right?
You have it.
Yeah. Right. I had to revisit that. Sonny, good to see you.
You too,
Again,
Sonny.
come on down here to Atlanta more often.
Would love to.
Let's get you to our top stories now.